Our top seed tonight has done it all in bowling, with one exception: win a title on the new PWBA Tour. Tonight, Kelly Kulick tries to change that as the #1 seed in the nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open Finals. Next. It is time to bowl on the PWBA Tour. CBS Sports Network continues season-long coverage of the world's best bowlers for the 2016 nationwide Sonoma County Open Finals. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. It's great to have you with us. This is Dave Ryan. I'll be joined by 2008 USBC Hall of Fame inductee Carolyn Dord-Ballard in a moment. Our top seed is PWBA superstar Kelly Kulick, who last year made 6 shows but did not win on the new PWBA Tour. As we check our stepladder finals, she also was top 3 in all major categories statistically last year, but could not take home a championship. Our 2-seed Shannon O'Keefe has been a member of Team USA for 11 years, looks for a second tour title here. New Wei Fen of Singapore in search of her first career PWBA Tour title, one of 5 players from Team Singapore to compete in this tournament. And our 4-seed is Jennifer Higgins from Westerville, Ohio, near Columbus, a tour rookie, but has been on 2 Queen shows and top 4 finishes there. So welcome in, Carolyn. You've won 20 times on tour, including 7 times in one season in your great career. Now we see the influence of foreign players like New Wei Fen. Is this the wave of the future?
Absolutely. You know, we saw in the tournament last week with Rocio and Sandra that the international players have definitely caught up to what we were doing here in America. Many years, we were really the outstanding country, and they have closed that gap, and they closed it quickly. They are here to win, and they're proving it by making TV shows.
Well, there's no question about it that eventually Kelly Kulick will join Carolyn in the USBC Hall of Fame. 6 shows last year, did so well, but has not won on the new tour yet. Is this her breakout day?
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable because she by far is one of the best women bowlers ever. But just things aren't going her way when she gets to TV. It's not as if she's bowling bad. She's really not getting any of the breaks. But here's what Kelly has that the other players don't have. She has the experience, and she really knows how to calm those nerves when she needs the clutch hit.
When we come back on CBS Sports Network's coverage of the PWBA Tour, it is time to bowl. Maybe Kelly Kulick does break out and win for the first time on the new tour. Maybe New Wei Fen has a championship. We'll find out. But bowling action is coming your way on CBS Sports Network right after this.
The nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. By Smithfield. Flavor hails from Smithfield. Get inspired at smithfield.com today. And by A Future for the Sport. The USBC and BPAA are working together to build a future for the sport of bowling at all levels. Visit bowl.com or bpaa.com today to find out more.
Ready to go, 2016 nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. Jen Higgins from outside Columbus, Ohio, against New Wei Fen from Singapore. Our first match. New Wei Fen, the 3-seed. Jen Higgins, the 4-seed. Neither have won on the PWBA Tour yet. Underway. Comes in high, 8-pin count. 3-6 up.
New Wei Fen, like we've seen from all the other international players off of last week's show, high rev player, likes to play the lanes more left to right. We'll see how that works today with this pattern.
Covers nicely. That opens with a mark. Jen Higgins started bowling at 5 years old. Dad Joe got her started. Funny story there. Great start. Break down Jen's game a little bit here, Carolyn.
Jen has come so far over the years, just one of the best bowlers right now on tour. She gets her ball into the swing, four-step delivery. Look at how she stretches out in that third and fourth step. And look at this. Uses all of her legs. Now, she actually bends a little bit more over from the waist, but she's using her legs to do it, which creates such good leverage, very little upper body movement. I'm going to tell you, she really is. If she doesn't win today, she will win out on this new PWBA tour.
Great start. All 10 down. Jen Higgins.
And if you do notice that some of the players, especially the ones that stay really low at the line, they really stretch out in that third and that fourth step and a four-step approach to create that leverage.
Tournament stats today. And this shot looking for a little help on the 10, but does not get it. Any player who converts a 7-10 split in our CBS Sports Network Finals will receive a $100,000 bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products. Only the 10 pin this time.
Coming in just a little light, but leaves the 10. Very spareable.
I like the spare ball. That's pretty cool. But she whiffs on the 10 pin.
Very
open frame.
That is very, very uncharacteristic of New Fen, let alone anybody on the Singapore team. They are excellent spare shooters, and they also are very strong mentally. So I expect her to just regroup, new frame, make a better shot.
Extensive international experience. Look out. Very difficult spare to convert here with a split.
This shot actually seemed like it went a little bit straighter through the fronts. About 12 out to 8, and just did not recover. I actually like that part of the lane where she's playing, but I think she needs just a little bit more surface.
2, 4, 10, no. Back-to-back opens for New Fen from Singapore. Future on this board. Lane pattern today. Carolyn, what are we looking at?
Well, we bowled on a 37-foot pattern, 28 milliliters of oil, which is a little bit shorter for medium patterns. But look at how flat this pattern is here in the front part of the lane. That right there dictated that a lot of the players needed to move further right more quickly. That includes even the high rev players. Once the oil carried down, they were able to move a little left and get it to their break point a little bit further right. But let me tell you, they did open up the lane a lot in the front. Everybody kept it pretty much in front of them.
While we're breaking down the oil pattern, Jen Higgins did strike. So she's off to a perfect start. Looks for the front four here. And can really blow this match up. After the back-to-back opens for New Fen. Just to go up by 53 early. No. 2-8-10, very tough spare.
Definitely got that ball a little bit further right and doesn't quite recover like we just saw in the pattern. Pattern is a lot flatter in the front, so there's a little bit more oil in the front part of the lane. As that tends to carry down, the move during the week was to the right.
Only an 8-pin count. Chops the 2, misses the 8-10 stands, and she returns the favor with an open.
We were saying earlier, the players really tried to break it down around this area. When the players who had the higher rev were able to break them down and get to where they had a little bit more bounce to the right, they really didn't get where it was so dramatic down lane. It was more in front of them and just a little bit more of a rounder motion in the front part of the lane. They didn't throw it to a spot.
Oh, it's interesting when you have some open frames the way New Fen did. Then sees Jen Higgins have an open frame after starting with the first 3 strikes. Now she can relax a bit and get her own momentum. There's a long way to go in this match. Can turn just like that.
Yeah, one frame can change everything, and that's why, and this is a great tip for everybody watching, the mental game is really important as much as the physical game, because you need to regroup, and you need to regroup quickly.
Back-to-back jacks and right back in it. It could have been a 54-pin lead for Higgins had she struck on the 4th frame for her. Instead, back-to-back strikes. Now it's 16 pins. And Jen Higgins steps back up. Good response. If success is garnered by your appearance in bowling majors, Jen's right on target. She finished 4th at the USBC Queens in 2013 and 2014. She told us pre-match today those are amazing experiences for her. But now she wants to get a championship. Not just a 4th place finish on TV, but that really did benefit her in terms of this tournament today. She's looked back on that experience many times. Forehand that just missed the pocket.
Both shots looked really good. Right lane. Seems like it hooks up just a little bit sooner. Might be getting a little bit of carry down on that left lane. We've seen New Wei Fen and Jennifer go a little light. Right here doesn't quite get there. Both shots, she kept the ball more in front of her, and that's what she likes to do.
2-5, picks it up. Does have a mark in our back and forth match. At one time, it looked like Jen Higgins was going to run away from New Wei Fen. But things are very close. Match number 1 is underway on CBS Sports Network. New Wei Fen from Singapore, a little nervous to begin this match today, trying for her first ever PWBA Tour title. Spoke a moment ago with Jimmy Callahan, her tour rep.
Make sure you roll and make sure it reads the lane. You're fine. Make good shots and you're all good. You okay? Just keep breathing.
I'll try not to forget.
You feel like an almond yelling. Breathe.
Hoping she'll relax.
She's a little nervous. She is. And she admitted that. A little nervous, a little scared of what she's doing. But, you know, that double there obviously loosened her up just a little bit.
Turkey in frames 4, 5, 6.
You know, there's a big difference in the international competition when you're bowling with your team. You have 4 other bowlers. You know, you can go back, talk to. They pump you up. They calm you down. Here, you're out here bowling by yourself, so it's a little bit of a different environment.
There are plenty of Team Singapore members all around the bowling center. Great support. They travel together worldwide. Look at that shot. 60 feet to success with that 1-3 pocket. Great shot. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Then visit the official online store, PWBA. Shop pwba.com. Log on today. Back and forth match. Higgins steps back up.
Get up.
It did. Good ball reaction. The last few feet en route to the pocket. And a nice response for Jen Higgins.
Jen got this one out onto the lane just a little bit more than she had been and gets the light mixer. She also talked to her ball rep in between, Rob Gottschall from Ebonite, and she was saying, I need to make a move, but I didn't hear whether it was going to be on the left or the right lane. I'm going to assume, well, I'm going to watch the shot first. I shouldn't assume, but I'm assuming, you know, I think she's going to make a move on this left lane because she's gone light.
Comes in high, though, and the 6-10 stands.
definitely made the move on the approach further right to play further right on the lane, but missed way left of her target. That ball never got right of 9 at the arrows. So that's just a bad shot. Probably not really confident on what she wanted to do on that. She needs to regroup.
Does cover. This late in the match, that's a critical pickup in the spare to stay clean. A New Wave Fan, a 4-pin lead. Looks for the 5-bagger here, 8th frame for a 14-pin advantage. Looks a bit about her. Native Singapore yesterday. The world's only island city-state. 5.5 million people live in a very small area. It's producing great bowling and a good shot like that. Late trip on the 7. Another strike.
Definitely decreased her ball speed just a little bit to allow herself to roll through it, get that ball to read about a foot sooner. And this is what she's looking at, carrying that light hit. Look at this last minute, blowing that 7 off the deck.
So 5.5 million people in 278 square miles. That is, you've been there?
Yes, I have. And it's an absolutely beautiful country, and the people are awesome. Wow. I love the food. But yes, it's amazing how many people live there.
63 islands. 4-pin stands.
Again, this is something we saw to Liz Johnson last week, right? If you're going to hit light, which it is, half pocket, got the mixer, leaving just the 4-pin, very spareable.
There's a spare on the 4-pin, that awesome spare ball. It's my favorite. Best I've ever seen.
A little brainy
Sure.
action going on.
Kelly Bonanni is here from Nationwide. Great to see Kelly here. And we appreciate their support in this PWBA Tour event very much. She's watching a tight match here to begin play. Looking for the pocket. Leaves the 9.
Great shot by Jen. Here's the key right here. See how that ball right in front of her, up 8-9, right over that rangefinder down lane. Stone 9. I call it a bad break. I know there's the technical, oh, this pin didn't hit that. Look, does it really matter how it happened? It's just not what you want to happen
the end result
right now. Exactly.
14-pin spread here.
Key 10th frame on her bad lane, as we could call it right now, has come in light twice, and then went Brooklyn.
Shannon O'Keefe is next. Takes on the winner of this match.
Be there.
It was there. 4-pin goes down last for Jen Higgins, the 4 seed. Keep things very interesting. Her great story was her dad, Joe, got her started when she was just 5 years old. She bowled 12 straight balls into the channel, 12 feather balls. And she ran around high-fiving everybody. And Dad said, even then, I knew I had a competitor on my hands. She really loved it. 5 years old, about the...
She's worked really hard at her game. I mentioned that earlier. I'm impressed with Jen. I always have been. She's worked really hard, and you know what? She's reaping the benefits of it, and it's very good to see.
Puts the pressure on her opponent late here.
2 really good shots after making that move to the right on that left lane. And right there, that's where that TV experience and regrouping mentally after a bad shot comes into play.
Strike here fell at the 10th, and things are interesting for New Wave Fan. 10-pin stands and a good shot. 2-11 for Jen Higgins. Wei Fen needs 17 pins total in the 10th to close out Jen Higgins on the bench. Barring complete disaster, she should win. Looking for 10 right here. She's got that. Just needs 6 pins total in the next 2 shots to wrap it up. She can get it right here. How about all 10 down and a win for Wei Fen of Singapore. She will advance and climb the ladder.
Same line.
The nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. Tournament is over for Jen Higgins. Great job to get to the TV show. So her quest for her first ever tour title will continue. She told us pre-match, got a lot of failures in my career. You gotta fall, learn how to get back up. Keep on going. You talked about her hard work. She'll have to do it again.
Thanks for the next round.
She's beaten by Wei Fen of Singapore, 225-11. Wei Fen climbs the ladder with a win over Jen Higgins from Westerville, Ohio. The 3 seed takes care of the 4 seed. More bowling coming up. It's the PWBA on CBS Sports Network. (225-11) the score for Wei Fen of Singapore. She had 7 strikes, including a 5-bagger in the middle of the match that put away Jen Higgins. Shannon O'Keefe, the 2 seed, is next. Year 2, return to the PWBA Tour from east to west. Got all of the great bowling action, the world's best, cover on CBS Sports Network for you. That's a lot of miles. And some great bowling on the way.
It is a lot of miles, that is for sure. Either way, flying and driving.
Here's the 2 seed, Shannon O'Keefe. Get started with a nice shot. O'Fallon, Illinois is just across the state line from St. Louis. She is the co-head women's bowling coach at McKendree University as well. The men won the ITC championship this year.
Yes, and that program has come a long way in 1 year with the O'Keefes at the helm. And she really has found her passion and her calling with coaching.
Wei Fen. Great start to her second match.
Boy, has a 5-step approach, gets the ball down into swing. Is that one of the things, boy, you really notice with these players? Look at that. Look at how she just loads up. But now watch that shoulder just drop into the swing. That is just beautiful. It really is. Watch right here. Uses all of her legs, no upper body movement, and just drops from the top down. That's why she's allowed to create all that rev off of her hand.
Solid shot, 10-pin stands.
Both players are finding the left lane just a little bit tighter in the middle part and the back end. So they've made adjustments for that lane only. Right lane seems to be just playing where it's picking up just enough, where it's going through the pins at a little bit more of an angle.
With a cool brain spare ball, there's the 10-pin. Do you have a spare ball like that?
No, actually, I have a red one, my favorite color, and it says a big old Own It on it. Roto Grip.
It's not as cool as that.
No, it's probably not as cool, but it's my favorite color.
She's USBC Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Ballard. I'm Dave Ryan. Our coverage of the PWBA Tour continues.
Be close.
Yes!
More than close. Get the trip on the 4 and the strike. Shannon O'Keefe came so close to winning a major championship last year, runner-up. And on her screensaver, on her iPhone, something she sees every day, probably she told us yesterday 100 times a day, reminded of that loss. It motivates her. She says, I'm not going to change that screensaver until I win. What do you think of that?
I think it's cool because I think I definitely was more motivated and learned more from every loss or bad shot than I did from the victories.
Sit.
At the U.S. Open in New Jersey, the runner-up to Liz Johnson, 190 to 189. You saw the look of despair on the bench there watching Liz win the championship.
Right here, got it just a pinch left. Still a great shot. 2 trip 4s in a row. Hey, that's right there. One of the keys for Shannon is she can throw it harder, so she doesn't really even need to make a move.
Wei Fen has a 3-pin to deal with here. Down by 21 pins. Entering the 3rd.
Never got this ball right. As you can see, 1 board left of the rangefinder. Around 11-12. Went Brooklyn. That rangefinder's been really important, especially for the girls that, you know, try to get around it and want to hook it a little bit more. A lot of them use that as their mark down lane to get it to their break point.
Single pin spare conversion. So many teammates from Team Singapore traveled together, as we talked about. And Liu Wei told us yesterday, in Singapore, it doesn't matter if you're in the bus, the subway, trains, everything's crowded all the time. In the United States, wide open spaces. She loves it. Also love to get a victory. All 10 down. Watch live early round coverage of all PWBA events, plus live and on-demand coverage of all the best professional bowling action on Extra Frame. Visit www.extraframe.tv for more info or to subscribe today. Kelly Kulick, you saw there, is the top seed. She awaits the winner of this match. Trying for her first title since the return of the tour. Shannon O'Keefe. Lined up, crunches 10 down into the pit. What a start. Numbers coming in through match play, the 4-2 record. Front 4 here. And a big lead in match number 2.
Shannon, definitely one of our most athletic bowlers out here on the women's tour. Great example for all our younger bowlers out there.
See it. Yes!
Stays perfect. Front 5. What a start. Go ahead, coach at McKendree along with husband Brian. She was there in Wichita watching the men win the ITC Team Championship. She was as emotional as anyone. Takes great pride in that job at McKendree and watches Liu Wei Fen come in high and leave 2 3-6 stands.
Another shot where she really just got over the top of that ball. Closed down on it. You could see her right shoulder get in front of her left. Missed way left of target.
Covers a mark in the 5th. But a huge deficit now with a great start from Shannon. Leaves the 7. down by this many pins, you just got to go frame by frame, right?
You got to regroup and definitely, you know, yes, it's crunch time. She's got to make good shots. She's got to hope the carry is on your side. This was a great shot. And honestly, those light hits have been really carrying, and it's been on the left lane where you see it coming a little bit later than on the right lane.
There's the 7. Well, it's been a great year for the O'Keefe family. Shannon in a front row seat as her husband Brian helped coach the McHenry men's team to victory over William Patterson of New Jersey at this year's Intercollegiate Team Championships. There she is in Wichita. North Rock Lanes watching McHenry rally. They lost the first 2 games in the best-of-5 Baker format bowling to the Warriors. They won the last 3, and for the first time in school history, won the ITC Team Championship. Congrats to them.
She's wearing her team colors today.
That's
too.
right. She is a Bearcat. Leaves the 10 this time. And speaking with Shannon yesterday, almost every mention of her game or her life went right back to McHenry. Talked about how she's so involved with her kids, all the bowlers on the McHenry teams.
So I said, you know, I've known Shannon for quite some time. I remember when she first came out on tour with the old PWBA. She was very young. I don't even know if she was 22 at the time. She might have been 21. She has matured so much as a person, as a bowler, as a coach, and it shows in everything she does. And she's so passionate. The kids are so lucky to have her. She's a great role model.
Stop and go.
She calls it the Bearcat family. Former All-American softball player at the University of Portland in Oregon. And she talked yesterday to us about the parallels with the 2 sports and her body positioning and her release at the foul line. And a lot of it goes back to softball for her.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the keys to Shannon's success. She likes to keep the ball a little bit more in front of her, although she can get left and get around the lane a little bit, but she does. With her power and her leverage and her speed, she does like to be a little bit more straight to the front.
Well, there's a 7-10. So now the possible $100,000 bonus if she can convert the most difficult shot in bowling, courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products.
Really good shot, but we've seen it on this left lane, right? Ball's been coming in half pocket from both players. This time she just doesn't tap one of them out.
For $100,000, just the 7. It is difficult. Try to convert that almost unmakeable 7-10 split. Open frame. We got a new match here in match number 2. Welcome back. Nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open tournament stats of 76 entries. And the average of cash at just shy of 200. Kelly Kulik is the top seed. Some other notable finishers. Yet another member of Team Singapore, Jazreel Tan, bowled quite well.
Yep. 8, Team LFW, Leanne Holzenberg. That's like fine wine, baby. Josie Ernest. Another collegiate coach and a collegiate standout.
Dennis, the GM from Double Decker Lanes, is here. Great to see Dennis on board. Thanks for your support. So is Johnson, champ of the Las Vegas Open Finals earlier in the PWBA Tour season. Just out of the show here. New Wave fan takes advantage of the O'Keefe Open to change the match again. Max score for O'Keefe at 256. For New Wave fan, 238.
And this is where angles became so important as the week went on. You know, you didn't want to move too far left too quick, because once you got it too far right, it just didn't want to come around the corner. So the girls, whether it was straight players and or the higher rev players, really tried to stay a little more focused on that front part of the lane.
It's a big shot. Cut it to 18 pins. Looks for the double, 8th frame. Okay, a very interesting finish. Needs it. Has it. All 10 down. Perfect hit into the 1-3 pocket.
Two fantastic shots, especially out of the commercial break. She gets this one a little bit further right on that left lane, right of that tracer where she was keeping it to the left earlier in the match. Definitely hitting it a little bit harder, a little bit more ball speed, and it works.
Sit. Yes!
Great response for Shannon O'Keefe. Mike did his strike in the 8th. Softball American, we talked about that.
Little foundation frame coming up here. This is the frame where I always, when you're getting up, you're thinking, okay, set yourself up for the 10th.
She's focused.
See it. See it.
Wobbling, but does not fall the 10 pin. Still up for Shannon O'Keefe.
Close.
Make things
close,
very interesting now.
Close to the same shot that obviously Wei Fan a little bit further left, but got that one way right down lane with a lot of ball speed, but got a break and only left the 10 pin. You could tell she knew it when she let it go.
There's the mark. 10 pin in the 9th frame. Kelly Kulick, our top seed, will take on the winner of this match. 6 TV shows a year ago for Kelly. Return of the PWBA tour, but no titles. Big star. Trying to break through here.
Wei Fan really needing a strike here and a couple of strikes in the 10th to put any pressure at all on O'Keefe.
Which she does. Big foundation frame strike. Has the turkey.
Right lane. There's the difference. Got to the right of that rangefinder again. Look at how it comes off that spot. Great reaction. Both players really have adapted to the difference in these two lanes. Left lane, like I said, both players agreed. A little tighter in the middle part, back, made the adjustment. Right lane has been the one where the balls have been able to roll up and continue through the pocket, and both have played them perfect.
2 strikes and 9. That's what New Wei Fan needs. And there's 1 strike. Tap on the 10, down it goes. Another strike and a 9-pin count, and she will take on Kelly Kulick for the championship.
Here's a great example, this match being so close. Here's a great example for our bowlers who are watching. It's not always about changing balls, moving all over the lane. Wei Fan increased her ball speed, kept that ball a little bit more in front of her, increased her rev rate, and boom, there it is. So it was more of a little bit of a physical change with that ball speed.
Not an equipment change. That's interesting. Comes in high and no strike. 6-10 stands to keep things interesting now. As Shannon looks at the score, tries to figure the numbers.
Little pressure on this shot. A little bit slower on the speed, missed a little left. Got the 6-10.
There are people talking behind.
Yeah, it's only before.
Wei Fan heard the speed. There were some people talking over on the left, way over on the left, and unfortunately, you know, voices carry sometimes when, of course, you're in concentration mode and there's nothing else you can hear.
There's the spare. 226 is the score for New Wave Finn. A chance for Shannon O'Keefe.
One of our closer matches. Big shots here.
That's what she needs. Gotta have it.
Too close. Yes!
There's one.
One more!
I liked the shot off her hand. Got it in just a little bit, and she said, get close, and it did. And the light hit on this right lane has been carrying.
It's time for the Smithfield shot of the match. It's got to be right here. Shannon, is this your Smithfield moment of the match? Yes, it is! The double! And just keep on the lane now for Shannon. And she'll be one step closer to changing that screensaver on her iPhone. I mean, how many times do you see that screensaver a day? I see mine. One of my daughters, little Edie,
Yes.
she's 4. 100 times at least, right? She's reminded constantly of that. It's on the lane, needed 2, gets 9, gets the victory. 2:35, 2:26. New Wave Finn's quest for a first ever tour title continues. Shannon O'Keefe will take on the top seed superstar Kelly Kulick next. But when we come back, Carolyn takes us through the baby split. 7-10 split. That's what Shannon faced. In the end, she got the victory to make the finals.
When shooting at splits, remember, your best option is to get the count. You don't want to give up pins. But there is one split that's a little easier to make. That's the 3-10. You want to make sure your ball hits the 3-pin and deflects into the 10. Now, there is another option. Let's take a look. Steven uses a spare ball to shoot at the 3-10. The key here is hitting that 3-pin to make the spare. Deflection works to your advantage because hitting that 3-pin then moves the ball into the 10-pin. Kim uses her spare ball to make the 3-10. She moves off of her 3-pin target to get that ball to deflect into the 10-pin once it hits the 3. Using your strike ball to shoot at the 3-10 is an option, but it is much more difficult than shooting at it straight. Remember, we don't recommend going after every split. We know you think you can make it, but really, we recommend getting count. It's going to add pins to your game. But when shooting at the 3-10 if you're a right-handed bowler or the 2-7 if you're left-handed, make sure you hit that key pin, which is the 3-pin for the right-hander, the 2-pin for the left-hander. Get that ball to deflect into the other pin.
Great advice from the Hall of Famer, CDB. The SBC Bowling Academy provides hundreds of hours of high-quality instructional videos for bowlers of all skill levels. Learn from Team USA and USBC certified gold coaches, as well as other top pros and instructors. Visit USBCBowlingacademy.com today for more information. Kelly Kulick, Shannon O'Keefe, top 2 seeds will compete for the championship nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open Finals on CBS Sports Network. Superstar Kelly Kulick, top seed, will take on O'Keefe. one of these star American bowlers, takes home the title next. Front five for Shannon O'Keefe in her match with New Wave Fenn. But after an open, a 7-10 split, needed a double in the 10th and got that. And now she takes on the top seed, Kelly Hewitt from Union, New Jersey. One of the game's biggest stars gets started. 7-pin.
Very interesting. When I was down there looking at the girls while they were practicing, the last shot I saw her throw at this ball, she stone 7'd. But here's something to keep in mind. She chose to start the match and finish on the right lane, which has been better for that. Remember the ball I'm talking about, balls picking up and getting in the pocket, and every single person down there, all the ball reps agree, that left lane is still tight, and that's the one that's causing the bowlers the most problems.
Has the 7. They'll mark the start. Sigh of relief for Kelly, came so close a year ago, return of the tour, but could not climb the mountain and win the championship. Now Shannon, off that great 10th frame against New Wave Fenn. Starts the championship match.
Yes.
Perfect ball reaction, all 10 down.
I just love watching Shannon O'Keefe bowl. As soon as she gets going here, classic 4-step approach, but look at how smooth she gets the ball into the swing. Now look at this. Dead power position, but look at the leverage, how low that right leg gets, almost parallel to the floor before it gets behind her. That textbook style and total athleticism.
Play. Yes!
Just the start she wanted. Saw some of her bowlers from McKendree here watching her person. School located in Lebanon, Illinois, near St. Louis. And now the pride of New Jersey. One of the prides of New Jersey.
Yep. Oh, thank you.
Steps up. Avoids the double wood and leaves the 2.
Kelly using 2 different balls. 1 on each lane. Loses her footing here just a little bit. Leaks the ball to the right, but like I keep using Liz and Shannon, when they got it to the right, the ball tried to make it up there, leaving the 2-pin, got a break on that shot.
Could be worse, could be a split. Here's the 2-pin down for the mark.
Kelly putting a little tape in the ball. That tends to happen, you know, when you're on TV and your adrenaline starts, and then then you start the match and your adrenaline changes. You know, you swell when you start, you shrink when you get on there because of nerves. So I know me, I'm a tape fanatic, and it's in and out during the championship match, and you definitely want a good feel. Only got 10 frames, it goes by pretty quick.
Third frame. That's a better hit. All 10 down.
That's the hit on the left lane, that light hit. It's been carrying every time they go light. Right here, half pocket, but gets the carry.
She'll take it. Not that flush. 1-3 pocket hit you wanted. Still looking for it. Breakdown so far, left, right lane for Shannon. It is good. Her first match, she had the front 5. First 3 for O'Keefe in this match. And the lead balloons at 21 pins. Chance for 31 with another strike. The McKendree team finished in 3rd place. 2 major collegiate championships this year, including the ITC. She calls it bearcatting. Great role model, just loves being part of the program. It's her 2nd season. She and Brian as the coaches, her husband, coming up this year. She can't wait.
Be close. Be close. Yes!
More than close. First 4. High games at this event. Kelly just off of 300. Her 4th frame. 10 pin.
Much better shot for Kelly. Kept the ball again. Kelly likes to get around it, but she keeps her angles a little bit more square in the front, especially on this pattern. That's what had her dominate. Look at her go. She's as smooth as silk. Again, right here. I want everybody to look at this. Loading up, but watch the shoulder drop without any hesitation. Smooth. Head right over that knee. Picture perfect again. True athlete.
There's 10 pin. Championship round appearances: Wichita Open, Lincoln Open, Minnesota Open, Detroit Open, and the U.S. Women's Open. The Tour Championship last year, but no titles.
Kelly has a little bit of slower ball speed than Shannon, obviously. So she's opted to use 2 different balls. Play the lanes a little bit different. She's a little bit further left and slower on the right lane. Ball that comes off the spot, a little bit smoother. Left lane, something that actually is going to give her a little bit more on the back, because that lane is overall still a little tighter.
Four pin will not fall.
Great shot by Kelly. Ball comes just high on the head pin, just a little bit, almost the trip 4. Pin is wobbling. Easy spare.
July 16th through the 23rd in Indianapolis, Indiana. Junior Gold Championships come your way. Bowlers competing for $250,000 in scholarships, 6 age-based divisions, a chance to bowl in the Junior Team USA as well. Visit bowl.com/Junior Gold for more information. Back to Shannon, there's a 7 pin.
That Junior Gold tournament, unbelievable how it's grown. I just needed to throw that in there. I mean, over 3,000 kids. Can you believe?
I can't wait to cover it. We'll be there in Indy in July on CBS Sports Network.
Great shot by Shannon. Got it way right down lane, but we've seen that. But because she's got the ball speed and the rev rate, ball tried to make it up, leaves the 7 pin. Talking to her husband, Brian O'Keefe, in between the break, she said if she feels like she's starting to lose that little bit of reaction where she's getting it right and it's not quite getting there, the only thing she's going to do is increase her ball speed even more and get around it so she can still stay on top of the shot.
On the front 4. Doesn't strike in the 5th, but stays clean with the mark. Logan Bryan, co-coach, as we talked about at McKendree, outside St. Louis.
And a great bowler in his own right.
Absolutely. We saw him in the demo you had about the baby splits early in the show.
It's good.
Shannon in the 6th. Liked it for good reason. All 10 down. Brian's happy because his wife has a 31-pin lead. Now she'll focus and try to close out superstar Kelly Kulick to win a PWBA Tour title on CBS Sports Network. Smiles all around right now for Shannon O'Keefe. Trying to take care of the top seed, Kelly Kulick. Half a match left. 31-pin lead, so reason to be happy for now.
Could definitely use to start putting some strikes together. Change the momentum a little bit of the match.
Oh,
6 frame works on a spare, didn't like it at all. That's why came in high, almost had the big 4.
Not throwing it very good right now.
4, 6, 7.
She lost her footing on that. She said she's not throwing it good right now. I know she's the bowler, and we know when we're not throwing it good, but she lost her footing a little bit there. Maybe your timing's a little off. Kelly's throwing the ball great for years. Just don't think she feels comfortable on the lane right now. Looks like she got a little bit ahead of herself right there. As you can see, she lifted up on it. Kelly's usually a lot more steady at the line. Just got a little ahead of herself. A little more body motion at the top there.
He's had some footing issues a couple times in this match. That did read well at the end. Good ball reaction. And all 10 down, but coming off the open frame at this point, the lead for O'Keefe is 45 pins. Works on a strike. 7th frame, chance to go up by 55 pins. With a max score of 279, she is definitely in the driver's seat. Close in on a title, but can the longtime Team USA member get it done? That's the question.
Oh, lay. Ooh.
That's a good start.
Got it a little bit left to target, but with her ball speed, she is able to create hold, and that's what happened during the week. Is as the shot developed from the right to the left, you can increase your ball speed and create a little hold. Not in the beginning of the week. There definitely was not hold at all, but boy, she's showing you how to play these lanes the proper way. She is focused and right on target.
Oh boy.
Good break. Could have been a lot worse.
I don't know.
Like that when she first released that shot with a 2-5. Oh boy, and that light hit.
Boy.
That could have been a split.
Got it way right. That right there, I'm gonna chalk that up to a little, maybe being a little anxious. She's way ahead in this match. She has a great look. Her first title is within her grasp, and all she needs to do is stay clean, fill frames.
It's a good start toward that goal. Has a mark in the 8th.
Kelly obviously in a must-strike situation to put any pressure at all on Shannon.
Ten-pin for Kelly. Response, 8th frame. Huge hole late in this championship match.
Definitely a much better shot on this right lane. And that's really a testament to how mentally tough Kelly is. Made a bad shot on this lane, got a bad break, but gets up, makes a great shot, ring 10.
There's a 10. Much more coverage of the PWBA Tour coming your way on CBS Sports Network. Continuing coverage. 13 events on CBS Sports Network this year, including all the majors. World's best bowlers in action. Year 2, return of the tour. Kelly Kulick, we talked about. You see the stat pack. Open frame came in the 6th for her. Now works on a spare foundation frame, down by 53 pins.
And I know what's going through Kelly's mind. I'm going to figure out this pair, these last 2 frames, so I know for next time, because that's how she is.
It's her best shot of the match right there. But comes the 9th frame.
Classy shot. 12 out to about 9, 10. Great shot. And the left lane wound up being everybody's friend. The one that everybody was saying was tighter. On the light hits, she's finally hitting high flush.
Shannon O'Keefe. Gets the late hit. And Shannon O'Keefe has wrapped up the match.
Again, got this one way right, but you know what? We saw it on this right lane for each match. Still tried to get up there and got the help of all the other pins, knocking out the 2-pin.
She's got enough to take home her first career singles title, second ever PWBA title. She won the PWBA striking against breast cancer mixed doubles title last year with Bill O'Neill.
Yes!
All 10 down again. The messenger across the deck takes out the 10. Shannon O'Keefe of O'Fallon, Illinois has done it. She knocks off superstar Kelly Kulick to win the championship at the 2016 Nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. More coming up.
The Nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. By Smithfield. Flavor hails from Smithfield. Get inspired at smithfield.com today. And by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the PWBA Tour.
Shannon O'Keefe, a tremendous effort. Her first career PWBA singles title, 246-203 over superstar Kelly Kulick. And Kelly Venati from Nationwide is here to present the trophy. Kelly, come on in.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. On behalf of Nationwide, I'd like to thank the USBC and the PWBA for allowing us to provide support for the Nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. Nationwide has been a proud sponsor of the USBC and its nearly 2 million members for over 7 years. Shannon, congratulations on a well-earned victory. You did so great. We're proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly, very much. Thanks for the support from Nationwide. You're holding the trophy. How does it feel?
Feels incredible. This is something you dream about forever. And I have my kids with me every step of the way, and they're the ones that keep pushing me. So this is for them.
I know it's emotional. McKendree's your school. You talked about being a Bearcat. You're the Mama Bearcat.
I'm the Mama Bearcat. It says on my sleeve.
And you've delivered. This must feel great for them as well.
I hope so. I hope that this just keeps pushing them to want to win their first national title.
That's what a role model does. I know it's a big part of what you do as a coach. You and your husband, Brian, both co-coaches there.
We are. My kids, I didn't know it would be possible for me to love so many kids so quickly, and they're a piece of me. This is one of their jerseys and outfits that the girls wear all season long. This is what they've won in all season long. And so when it was time for me to design my jerseys, I knew that this is one that had to be with me, so I would always have them with me all summer.
Why is this so emotional for you and the Bearcats?
Our motto all year was you just keep coming. And I had a heartbreak to end the season last year. And the only thing I thought about when I lost the U.S. Open was I just let my kids down. So I just don't want to let them down anymore. So we did it.
You didn't let them down tonight, that's for sure. Do you have that phone? Let's get the screensaver. Don't drop your trophy, please.
I won't drop it.
There it is. 2015 U.S. Open, losing on the bench to Liz Johnson. Now you have a new memory.
I will replace it. This will be replaced in about 10 minutes.
And it'll look something like that. So maybe 100 times a day you can see the new screensaver. I'm sure that feels pretty good.
Feels awesome, but we still have a long season left, and we just got to keep pushing. So,
congratulations. Shannon O'Keefe, champion on the PWBA Tour for the first time in singles. congratulations go to Shannon O'Keefe, champion of the nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. Be sure to join us next Tuesday at 10 Eastern for the finals of the PWBA Storm Sacramento County Open. For Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Bauer and our entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from the nationwide PWBA Sonoma County